Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Playwright series. And today we are going to discuss about the different kind of locators available in the Playwright. Okay, and we will see the assertions also. What are the different assertions available in Playwright, and we'll see how to use them. So here, if you see on my screen, so there are like built-in locators available from Playwright. So total 7 are there, and apart from this 7, so we have a CSS and XPath locator support also. Okay, so what I will do now, so I will use the Selenium demo website to automate it. So because this has like lots of controls here. Okay, so we'll try to cover all the basic actions how we can perform using the Playwright. So let's start with the first one, the input box. And if I inspect, okay, so it has a input tag and it has a type, text and ID. So we'll give the preference if the ID or name is available, we'll go with that, because in CSS, if you want to write a CSS locator for ID, if you can just simply use a hash. If there is ID, use a hash. Okay, so enter text into text box. So this text box we are trying to find using the ID. So we have to write page dot and locator. Okay, so if you want to use CSS XPath, you have to use the locator method, and inside the put a hash and the value of that ID attribute. If there is a class available, generally the syntax is like the tag name hash means ID and whatever the value of ID. If there is a class inside this input tag, okay, which is unique, so in that case also, like what we will do, instead of hash we will use a dot, means input tag which has a class value as a my text input. Okay, so there is, I don't want to use a class, there is a ID available, and tag is also not mandatory, so that also I'll remove. So it will find the element, and to type inside this box we can use the fill method in a Playwright. So fill method, so if I just hover here also, you will get a fill. It take a value which is a string. Okay, and there are like another also which will not go in that advanced currently, but let's use single parameter roboticqa-academy. Okay, so we are just entering the text using fill method inside this one, and we are using here CSS selector to locate that box. Okay, so to see the output we will put some weight. It is not recommended in real time. You are automating script, don't hard code any timeout, but for learning we will just add set timeout and 4040 seconds, so that you will be able to see the screen. Now let me go to terminal, and here I will type npx playwright test, and the file name which I am running, basic cpc, this is the file I want to run, basic actions .spec.ts. and if you want to see the browser, because by default Playwright will run in headless mode, okay, so that's why I added this last parameter. So it launched the website and it finish immediately, and you are not able to see if it typed or not. So why? Even we are giving set timeout, we forgot to add a wait. So await is mandatory, otherwise it will not work properly. Now let me run it again, and this time if you see, it typed roboticqa-academy, it is waiting for 4 seconds and it closed it. Okay, so how easy it is. Similarly, let me go to other also. So here also I'll inspect this text area, it has ID, so let me take it. Okay, enter text into text area. So here we will write await page dot locator, and as the ID is available I will use hash and the value of ID dot. Again here also for text area also it is input box, so we'll use fill method, welcome to playwright session. Okay, and let me run it again, and this time it should enter the text inside the text area as well. Okay, so we covered the fill method. Okay, so It's still waiting, and it typed actually, but we are running after wait, right? So we are not able to see this actually. So before the waiting for 4 seconds, I'll add it here so that you can see inside the on the screen also it is typing inside a text area. Okay, so we'll see. Yeah, it is typed, and let's see now. Move to the button, checkbox, different elements we will try. So click on button. Okay, so I want to click on a button. Okay, so to find the XPath, I'll right click and click on inspect, and here if you see it has a button and ID also available, but this time we will go with the button. Okay, so I told you, right, there are built-in locators available, so from that I am using the one which is page dot get by role. So now button take a 2 parameters. So first is the button, and second is like it's another whatever the attributes are there, and as button is the we have to perform click, so there is a click method available. Okay, and that's how it works. But now, so how this work, like why it is button, why I have not used in this these two step, because if you hover on this get by role, it support button, like it support implicit and explicit role. Okay, so these are actually roles, actually not input is not a role. So input tag can change based on the its type. Okay, so what do I mean? So if I type something in text box, it is like normal text box, but if I go to DOM and if I change its type attribute to password, and let's see what happened. It changed to password. Its role is not depend on its tag input. Okay, it's depend on other attribute like type. Okay, so that's why it is not there. Okay, so there is a predefined list, only these tags if you find, or if these roles, okay, if this role you find in the element, you can go with this locator. So what do you mean by role? Let's say there is a div tag, but inside div tag you have a role attribute and it has some value. Okay, like div role button. So in that case you can go with this approach, but here as input is not there, we are not using. And the second parameter also we can use if it is available. Okay, and it should have like name, praise selected, and disable checked. Only these are the parameters selected, supported in second parameter. Let's say if there is a name available attribute, so we can use like this one, A B C D. Okay, this is the name. And if you have multiple attributes, you can pass by comma separated. Okay, that is also supported. But now per button, I think on this page there is only one button, so there is no issue. We can go with this one and it should be able to click on that button. Okay, so let's see if it is able to click. It's loading, and you see it clicked on a button, and after clicking it changed to purple. Okay, it changed to purple. So we have seen click also. Now let me cover clear also. Clear text. So for which element I want to clear a text? Let's say first one only. Okay, the one where we have done fill, that we will try to clear. So there are different ways actually, like, but we will try with this clear and let's see. Okay, so first we entered also and we did a clear also. You see inside this we entered some text roboticqa-academy, but it did clear also. And another one is the fill also. We can use fill and we will pass the blank value, so that will also work. Okay, now move to another one. Let's say check box. How to check this box and how to uncheck this box. Okay, that I want to see it. Okay, so by default this checkbox is unchecked. So let me check on this box. So if I go and inspect, this is the checkbox, ID checkbox 1. So I can go with the ID again. Check the checkbox. await page dot locator, and inside this I will use hash, and there is a method check. Okay, so there is a method check. So using check we can select the checkbox, and if I run it again here, so it is navigating to the website. Okay, and once we navigate, it did all these things. Okay, let me run it again, because if you have not seen it, we'll just observe. You see checkbox is checked. Okay, so we'll see how to uncheck also. So if you want to uncheck the checkbox, you will just add new line here and you just uncheck. Okay, so that it will check also and it will do the uncheck also. In between I'll put some weight so that you will be able to see it. Okay, and if I run it again, it will check the box and it will uncheck also. So if you see, checkbox is checked and it is unchecked also. So we are able to check and uncheck the box also. Let me deal with the drop down now. Select value from drop down. So where is the drop down here on this page? So we have a drop down here and default value is set to 25%. Okay, so let me right click here, inspect, and this select also having ID attribute. Okay, so if I go here, await page dot locator, in bracket we'll put hash, and sorry, not this value, hash my select. Okay, and there is a method select option, and this will take a value what you want to select. Okay, so I want to select set to 100%, set to 100%, and if you use this one, it should be able to select value from the drop down. Okay, let's see. So you see set to is 25%, and just wait and see, it should be able to select the 100%. Yeah, it selected 100%. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now we will move to some radio button part also. We'll see how radio button work. Okay, so next we will see how to deal with the radio button also. So we have done with checkbox also. Let's see per radio button. I want to select radio button 2. Okay, so just inspect it, and it has ID again. Go with ID. Okay, and I'll put command select radio button. Here put await page dot locator, and inside this I will put hash, then click. Okay, so we are clicking on the radio button, and let's see if we run it. So this is the radio button we are trying, radio button 2. Okay, and let's see if it is able to type there, and you see it clicked on the radio button. Okay, so next we will see like how to use other locator types also. So earlier we have seen, right, there are some built-in locators available. So let's say we can use this one, like get by text. Okay, locate an element by content. Okay, so on this page, like we have this link which has a visible text. I want to click on this link, right? So in that case I can use this locator. So I have written here like await page dot get by text. Okay, so because this text is visible to us and we can click on it. Okay, so I'm just clicking on this link by the visible text here, and let's see if it is working or not. Okay, most of the links will have like text, so you can use their like get by text, and you see it is waiting for 4 seconds and it will click, and you see it is navigating to that new link seleniumbase.com. Okay, so we are successfully able to click on that link also. Now let me cover other thing like hover, like how to hover on this element. Okay, so we'll cover this method. So if I inspect here, it is a div, and this div has different attributes like ID, class. Okay, and it has text also. Okay, it has a text also. Let me try Here we can use go with ID also, right? So let me go with ID first and then we will try. Okay, before I click on the Selenium base, hover on element. So here I will use await page dot locator, and as we are using the CSS locator, right? So I'll use hash dropdown dot hover. So there is a method called hover. Using that we can hover on the element. Okay, so if I run again and see, it should hover on the that hover drop down, and as soon as we hover, it shows some values under it, right? 3 values it shows. So you see it done very quickly. Okay, it just highlighted it and going to the next side, because we are not putting any weight after this drop down, right? So if I go here and just to see it, okay, it is able to hover, we'll put some weight here, 3000, and okay, and once I hover, I want to fetch all these 3 values, or if you want to get a text of anything, so we have a method. Let's say I want this element, okay, or okay, let me take this element. Once I hover, I want this first element text, link 1. So what is the first element? It has a ID again. Once I hover, get text content. So I will use console dot log, and in bracket we will use await page dot locator, and we are using ID locator this time, not ID locator, CSS locator. This is the value, and there is a method dot text content. Okay, using this method we are just doing hover, and we are able to get the text also. Okay, so let me see where is the bracket is missing. So this is all one thing, and this is console.log. Let me remove this one. Okay, or let me just cut this one. This is your console.log. Why it is giving error? Okay, so maybe let me remove it. I'll paste the locator. Okay, this will give me the text. Now add here const text equal to, and then I will print the text, console.log, and here we will use text, and let's see. I will run now, and let's see if it is doing hover and get the text. Okay, just observe now, it did hover, and let's see if it is printing text also or not. Okay, if it is printing the text, yeah, it print the text, link 1. Okay, so now next step is I want all the text. Okay, all the element text. So if I inspect this, how to get all the elements? So these all elements have ID, but it is drop option 1, drop option 2, drop option 3, but drop option, this content is same, right? So I can modify this locator. Okay, so this is ID, so I'll just write here ID equal to, and instead of writing here option 1, I'll just put option. Okay, and we have to give a asterisk. ID asterisk means ID contains this text. Okay, so for all these 3 elements, ID contain this text, drop option, drop option. Okay, so it should able to get, and to get all the text content, 3 elements, all text content. Okay, we can use all text content. Now if I run again, let's see if it is able to fetch the text of all the 3 drop down values. Okay, and I think it is navigating to the new URL and it should close. And you see how we are using the single line code to get the text of all the values under that link. Okay, so that's how we can do it. Let me explain one thing which I just want to show you, that at the start of session I told you there is a way you can get all these things done by Playwright. Okay, so for that I'll write npx playwright and then I'll write code gen. Okay, code gen, and then we have to pass the URL, the site which we are trying to automate. Okay, so I'll take the URL of this site. Okay, copy it and add it here. Sorry. Okay, so we are writing npx playwright code gen, and what will this do? It will launch one playwright inspector, and now you can get the locator or generate a script for whatever you have done. Okay, I want to type something here. Just click here. Okay, I want to type something here. Then I want to select drop down value. I want to check this box, uncheck this box. Okay, click on this button and finally click on this link, and you see in the background, so all these are done by the playwright inspector tool, and then you can copy the script and use inside your code. Okay, so this is the very interesting thing, but you should learn actually first and then you can try. So here you see playwright is using id css selector, this is id, then here it is using input tag which has the attribute. Okay, and here it is using role. Okay, button, link, by role also it is able to find the locator. And here if you see, like, it is doing the framing also, like content frame and all these things also it is done. Okay, so that's how, like, this is the very interesting thing how we can use this one. So I'll just copy this command so that you will not miss it. So I'll paste here. I run this command just now. Okay, so this is npx playwright code gen and the URL of your application. That's it, and it will start, and then you can copy and use it. So now let me use the assertion. So playwright provide assertions also, like if you want to verify after you logged in, you want to verify the title. Okay, so playwright provide inbuilt assertions also. Just write here expect, and this expect is coming from this playwright test. Okay, expect page, so my page to have title. Okay, so that's it, this is my assertion. So my page should have title web page. Let's say this site has some different title. Let me show also. Okay, the title is web testing page. Web testing page is title. Web testing page. Okay, and let's see if it is able to verify the title or not. Okay, it is running. Okay, we have put some weight also, that also we can remove because we are just doing validation and we want to see it. Okay, and you see your test is passed, so the assertion is working fine. So if you put something wrong here, let's say instead of page e is missing, so what will happen? Your test will fail. Okay, I don't need weight now, so I'll just remove it, this weight, so that script will get completed in less time. And now if you see, it is logged in. Okay, it is typing, it is navigating to that new application, new link, and that's it. Okay, and this time it failed actually, so it is doing the retry also. Okay, so playwright is doing retry because we have this playwright config file and we have configured retry here, right? So that's why it is doing all these things like retry. And you see it is saying the E is highlighted here, we are expecting web testing PEG, but we received page. Okay, and that's how we can add the assertion. So there are multiple assertions. I'll show few more also. Okay, so this is done, right? I hope this is clear how we can use the assertion. There are like some assertions like 2025, you can go through that. Let's say we are clicking on the link, right? So before I click on the link, I want to validate the link title. Okay, link title. So how we can get it? This is my link, right? And it has this Selenium based text as a text. So expect, I'll put this element here, dot to have, okay, to be, or to be also we can use to be, and we can use the text. Expect this element to be, okay, but before that we need to get a text, right? Text content to be means whatever the text of this link we can get using this text content, it should be this one. Okay, that's what we are saying. And now if I run it, npx playwright test, and then basic actions.spec.ts, okay, and it will add it will validate this the text of this link also, and you see it completed immediately. So even you can open the report also and see it. Okay, it says that port is already in use. Okay, no problem. But so this assertion is also pass. Okay, so there are different assertions. So let me show you some more assertions here. So if I put expect, okay, page dot to have URL, okay, to be null also we can check, to have URL also we check, to have screenshot, to have title. So title we already check, right? So to have URL also, to be falsy also, okay, and there are many assertions are there. You can just go through this list and use this assertion. So if you want, I'll show you, like if we go to the playwright documentation also, so there also you will find the assertions. Like if you just type here expect and you will see all the assertions here. Okay, or it is a part of, if you go to API, this is a part of test, playwright test. Okay, so inside a test we have different things available here. Okay, so we have seen test, okay, test describe, okay, there are hooks also. We'll see that later in the next session. Okay, I think that's all for today's video. So in another videos we will discuss about the hooks also and advanced locators also, or how to deal with the frames, how to do the drag and drop, how to deal with keyboard action. So for that we'll create a separate video. So thank you for watching. We'll meet in next video.